This is a first impression from the latest LED work light from Lidl. It cost, I would say, under £13. I don't have the receipt on me, but it was about £12.59 or something. And yeah, it looks pretty good, really. I mean, I think everyone should have one of these just in the house or the car. I've bought ones in the past, but they don't have all this sort of new sort of bendy stuff that, well, not bendy, but you know, you can put this in any position really. So that sort of thing, you know. So all this sort of stuff. I think it's a 20 watt LED light, so yeah, that's about sort of 100 watts of the old incandescent lights, as I recall. It says 1500 lumens, I think, which is what we should go by, luminance really, rather than watts or whatever. You want to know the luminance. And it says at maximum thingy there's 2 per seconds. It's 2.5 hours it'll last for, so I mean, if that's true, that's incredible, I think. So you can get all sorts of shapes, you know. That totally bends around there. This totally bends within. You know, that's how you would fold it. That's how it came. It's all rubber around here, so yeah, I think they're really coming on with these things. And it's also a power bank as well. I think 1400 milliamp hours, which isn't much, but yeah, it'll say a 5000 milliamp hour phone, it'll fill up, you know, a quarter or something. And so you've got a power bank output there, you know, so that would do for emergencies or whatever. It's only 5 volts, 1 amp, 5 watts. And then the input is 5 volts, 1.2 amps. And that's when you're charging it up. And it's a Type C connection there for the input. But yeah, and then when you're using the actual light, you've got 4 things to tell you the battery power. And you've got 2 light settings, full and not so full, I suppose. You get a Type C cable with it. Probably 50 centimetres. It looks a bit longer actually. Maybe that's a metre. Yeah, I think it's a metre. And it's very bendy. It's nice and bendy. It's a nice cable. I mean, I'll probably use it for other things. I wonder if it's just a 5 watt cable though. You know, that's the maximum it can do. Well, it definitely says 5 volts, but then it may be able to do more ampage, although I don't think so. So probably it's just maybe like, well, 5 volts, 1.2 amps, because that's what that device charges at. So the model of this one is called PFLA 4400C1. It says compact design with space-saving folding system. Yeah, that's right, because I've bought ones in the past and they weren't this sort of design, you know. So it looks to me like the market's maturing. It says it's a 3.7 volt lithium ion battery that can store 4.4 amp hours. That's 4,400 milliamp hours. That's probably where it's getting the name from. The model's called PFLA 4400. Yeah, but it says that the power bank, you can only get like 1,500 out of it. So I don't know what's going on there, but the actual charge of it is 4,400 milliamp hours, aka 4.4 amp hours. I wish they would get rid of the milliamp stuff now, you know, because we don't really talk that. Yeah, there it's saying it there. Usable power bank capacity 1.4 amp hours really. So they're calling it 1400 milliamp hours. And when you think a phone nowadays, a lot of them can do 5,000 milliamp hours, aka 5 amp hours. That would be like a quarter of the phone, you know, something like that. You could charge it. So it's not much as a power bank, but you may be in an emergency, you know, so that's an extra power bank you've got that you'll probably forget about. And to me, the important bit of the lighting is the luminous flux, and they're saying it's 1500 luminescence, or whatever they call it. So yeah, it looks pretty pretty good quality lighting to me, you know, pretty strong. You know, because people talk in watts and then we all get confused because LED watts and incandescent watts, you know, we were comparing the same. But saying it's a 20 watt LED bulb apparently, and it's giving you 1500 luminance. Light bulbs should always tell you the luminance because that's the brightness. Apparently it's got an LED charging indicator light, so that's really useful. And there's the barcode. There's some of the ways they're suggesting to use it. It's got this rubber thing over the USB output and input. So the output, if you want the power bank, it would be 5 volts, 1 amp. So if you've got a phone that can do 50 watts, charge at 50 watts, this can only give an output charge of 5 watts. So you're just going to be stuck with 5 watts. That's the sort of generic slow speed that we're all used to. And then the input is 5 volts, 1.2 amps. So that's like 5 volts. Watts equals volts times amps. So is that 6 watts? So it charges up pretty slowly. But it's still, you know, still good. That's what they're telling me here. So the input to charge it up, it's stuck around 6 watts, which is pretty slow, but I mean 5 watts is the sort of generic slow we're used to. And then if you're wanting output, well, it's only 5 watts, you know, so that's pretty slow. But illumination time, it says 2.5 hours at maximum light. That would be incredible, you know, if you were getting that 1500 luminance for 2.5 hours. It's got two, you know, it's got a not so full setting as well, but yeah, that's incredible. Here's what it's telling us. Compact design with space-saving folding system. Integrated lithium-ion battery with power bank function. And the power bank, you can get 1400 milliamp hours out of it, aka 1.4 amp hours. It's got 2 USB ports, including a USB Type-C charging cable, which is 100 centimeters, yeah, a meter. Not splash proof, so don't use it anywhere near water, you know, rain or whatever. It's got a long life COB LEDs with a cool white light. Yeah, 6500K. Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, in the old days, I think Lidl's stuck with the yellow light, which I don't like. You know, that was a traditional light we all used, a yellow white. But I prefer the cool white, and that's what I've switched to. Maybe due to popular demand. It's got 2 light modes, maximum, full brightness, and eco, medium brightness. It's got robust housing with reinforced protective caps and integrated LED charging indicator. It's got a foldable stand, also suitable for hanging. Yeah, you could hang it off hooks or whatever, yeah. It's protected from debris, dust and water splashes. IP54 rating. Instructions are included. The battery is 3.7 volt lithium ion and it's 4.4 amp hour battery. That's a storage power. And its maximum luminous flux, the brightness basically, 1500 luminescence or whatever. It's got a usable power bank capacity of 1400 milliamp hours, aka 1.4 amp hours. So that's not very much, remember. And you can only get that out at 5 watts, which is the slow generic speed that we all used to have. Illumination time, maximum light mode, 2.5 hours. I mean, that would be incredible, I think. USB port input is 6 watts, 5 volts, 1.2 amps. The output is 5 watts, 5 volts, 1 amp. And yeah, the dimensions when it's folded, 24.5 centimeters times 22.5 centimeters times 3.5 centimeters. And it includes a USB Type-C charging cable, 1 meter long. This product is intended for normal use. For use in the cellar, hallway or garage, LEDs cannot be replaced. Here's the instruction manual, but I mean, only this bit's in English, I think, so yeah. Looking for any other information here, it says Charging time for a drained battery, so how long it will take to charge, 8 hours, which is pretty long, isn't it? So the light duration, if it's fully loaded with charge and you're at maximum 2.5 hours, I mean, that'd be incredible. Protection class 3, the degree of protection IP54, that's from wetness I think, but it says use only in indoor areas. It's only splash proof. Operating temperature from about 0 degrees to 35 degrees Celsius. The rechargeable battery cannot be replaced by the user. That's the only real info I think I can see. Here's a bit about charging it. It'll show the LEDs flashing, so that's useful. You know, it's got 4 LEDs at the back to charge, to tell you the charging indication. It's got overcharging protection system, but you should still disconnect once it's charged. That's all I really notice. Yeah, so it's all pretty straightforward, I think. I mean, probably could use that for videoing, you know, I think it's pretty strong. Here I'll show it in darkness. The medium light's not that much lower, you know, but I think it's a very handy thing to have about the house. Try feel where that is. Cut. Well, to find it I could just go like that. I couldn't find it actually. Got it now. Yeah, I can just go that way on it. Oops, I made a mess of that. But I'm really liking this. It's a really good light off it. I think. This is just a first impression. Okay, that's me really. Got all sorts of ways you can put it. You can hang it off things. Alright guys, it's just a first impression. It looks good to me. Alright guys, that's it. Another success I think. Just try and get the thumbnail. Alright, cheerio then.